Good evening. I apologize. We're going to have a little bit of lag for some reason. I don't know if it's the internet here or what, but we are going to cover the Echo Lloyd case tonight, and we have her daughter here. And as she talks, I do want to bring up. I tried to record a news clip of this for whatever reason. It really kind of messed up everything, and I couldn't get it on. Remind you about Echo. This is her picture, their missing picture here. Echo was last seen on 5/10 of 2020, so it is a fairly new case, and we really want to bring some light to this case, and hopefully someone out there that knows something will either call the police or leave us a message on our email, and we will get it to the right people. Beautiful young lady, a really beautiful young lady. So I'm going to get her daughter here on screen here with me. Kelsey, can you hear me all right?
I kind of can. You're cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. Do you have some headphones? That really helps if you had headphones.
If I have headphones?
Yeah, if you have headphones, that really helps.
Let me. Okay, let's see.
Do you hear me any better now?
It's still spotty, yeah.
Okay, try to move the screen over where we can see your face. There
Okay.
you go. Why don't you tell us about your mother's disappearance, where it happened?
Moving somewhere different will help.
That is great. That would be great there. I lost you there for a second.
What?
Hold on just a minute. While we're waiting on her to come back here, this is a map of Kansas City and also where her mother went missing in Edwards, Union Township. It's right outside of Kansas City. It looks like to be about 100 miles or so. I think we're trying to get her Kelsey back on here with us. Kelsey, if there you go. Okay,
Yeah,
there you
I'm
go.
here.
Great. We're here. I showed them basically how far are y'all from Kansas City?
How far? We're about 2 hours from Kansas City, 2.5 hours.
Great. I didn't know by the map. All right, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your mother and also about the disappearance.
Okay. Well, my mom, she's 48 years young, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'4", about 100 to 110 pounds or so. Very bubbly personality, kind, she's the type of woman, give you the shirt off her back. She's kind to everyone, and a friend to everybody and anybody. And then her disappearance, the last time I spoke with her, was May 9th. And on the 10th, I just decided I was going to go over and see her rather than, try to speak with her on the phone. And she wasn't home. So I left her a note along with the cards, told her to give me a call as soon as she got back in the evening, and never received a call. And then come Monday morning, her house phone would at least ring through and then go to voicemail. It never went straight to voicemail, but come Monday, her voicemail, it was for both the cell phone and the home phone. And I called in the morning and the evening every day. And come Thursday, that's whenever I had sent a text to the last person that I know that had seen her, asking for her to contact me. I was promised a phone call, which was never received. I then sent another text come Friday morning, and just decided it was time for me to just go over there to see if I could, find her. I got there, her car was there. I banged on her window, which is normally what I do. When I go to her house, a lot of times I can find her in her room, especially in the morning time. She tends to sleep in late, more of a night owl. And I'll bang on her window to wake her up and have her unlock the door for me. There was no answer. I went around the whole house. I banged on, all the windows, the doors. I went to her shed on the side of the house, knocked on that also. No answer. So I went down to the last person that I believe has seen her, to their property. I banged on their door until they answered the door. They told me that they hadn't seen her recently, that she had taken her keys, because I asked if they had them available so that I could get into the house. Otherwise, I was breaking in if I didn't see her or hear from her. Um, I went back up to her property. I went around a couple more times. I went in through a window that was halfway broken out and was able to get in that way. And I could immediately tell something was wrong. The house was dirty. Um, a can that had been open and moldy was on the countertop, which isn't mom. Dirty dishes, things that were on the floor, just dirty piles of little piles of trash or little things here and there. She's OCD, so organized. Even if she was doing a project in the house, which she's known to do, different projects at times, it's organized, well organized in its own way. Um, and then I walked back to her bedroom, and the first thing I noticed was her purse right under the nightstand, where she normally always has it, on her side of the bed. Cigarettes on the nightstand, lighter. That's when I knew something. I knew something was wrong going in there, but I really knew something was wrong seeing that her purse was still there. I looked in her purse. Her wallet was there. ID, cash was in her wallet. I noticed her pistol was missing. I noticed that her keys were missing, and I noticed that her medications were not there. Everything else appeared to be there. So that's whenever I called the sheriff's department, and they began their investigation. And it's kind of just
did they look ping her phone to see if they was if she had her phone with her? Did they ping it to see if it was somewhere else, or can they find it?
I don't know if they have her cell phone or not. To be honest, I don't know if they'd be able to give me that information if they did. I did not see her cell phone at her home. So I don't know if that's something that they've done or trying to do. Just all I know so far is that they have absolutely no evidence to point towards a suspect or that she is an endangered missing person.
Does she have a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend?
Her and her husband are separated. They've been separated for 2 years. She bought this house in September, down here, this last September. I believe it was September. It could have been August. I'm sorry. But there was a friend, this neighbor of hers, that it was strictly platonic.
He wanted to be more.
They wanted more, and she refused that. It was a specific conversation her and I had with each other, about them. Mom and I, we really talked about a lot. She was my best friend, so I was very upfront, very honest with her. If I wanted to know something, I'd ask. And so it was something that I had brought up to her, and she told me, and I believe her 100%, that it was strictly platonic. And I think that was a big part of the issue is, I want what I can't have.
Right. Well, did she? I watched the news report, Channel 4 news report, and I wasn't able to copy it and get it to play on here for whatever reason. But they said that the sheriff said that she was on some type of medication and she needed her medication.
Right. Yeah. She had a couple different medications that she had been taking for so long that the doctor told her if she wanted to quit taking her medication, she would have to go to a hospital in order to be able to be weaned off of those or be able to detox from. I don't know exactly how it, I didn't ask her. We didn't really talk in detail. It was just one of those things that I knew and that she had told me previously. So there were medications that someone could want, there were narcotics. So yeah, but she was physically dependent on a couple of her medications.
Well, unfortunately, that's the way it is now. If you do have a chronic illness, you will get physically dependent, and that's medically. I mean, that's just the way it is. I had a question from somebody in the chat. But
there's two questions. One is, how far do you live from your mom? And the other is, what did the police classify her case as? Missing, endangered? or just missing?
She's classified as just missing. She's not classified as endangered. We live about, I'm not really good at distance, but we live about 7 minutes apart from each other. So
Okay,
we
it's
bought a
probably
house right up the
5
road from
miles,
her.
something like that.
I didn't want her to be alone.
Right.
What?
The neighbor that we talked about, without saying his name, have police interviewed him,
Yes.
and they don't feel like that he could be a suspect, or is he a person of interest, you might say?
As
Hold on
far
one
as
second.
law enforcement,
Hey, Dakota,
Hold
hey,
on.
hold on one second. Dakota, could
Yes,
you
sir.
get the big dog in there, please? Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Got a big
you're
lab
okay.
be like
You're
center of
okay.
right now.
You're
Did the
okay.
police say anything about the neighbor being like a possible person of interest or anything?
No, they don't have any possible persons of interest. They have no suspects at this time.
You know, I think we talked on the phone about this before. You know, it sounds like to me that he would be a person of interest, at least to talk to get some type of polygraph,
Yeah.
find out. Your mother's very attractive woman, so it looks like, if the neighbor especially wanted something more than what she was willing to give, that would be the first suspect for me.
Yeah.
Did she get along with the ex? Is the ex your father?
He's my stepdad.
Stepdad?
Yeah, they loved each other.
How
Just
far did you
circumstance.
live?
He
How far did
he lives about 2 hours and 15 minutes from here.
Okay.
He lives closer, to Kansas City.
Okay.
Did I miss something about a gun?
You said her gun was missing. I remember when you were saying, what type of gun did she have?
She had a 38 revolver.
Mm-hmm. But you said her purse was there, her money was there. Was her medication there, or was it gone?
No, her medications were gone.
Medication and her gun was gone.
Medication, gun, and keys. And then also her cell phone. I do forget to say, I've not found her. I never found her cell phone.
But now, let me ask you this. If you call her cell phone today, does it go is it dead, or does it go to voicemail?
I honestly haven't tried her cell phone recently. But it's always just went straight to voicemail. If it's not been on or something like that.
I'll just tell you
a lot of times her phone.
I'll just tell you this I'm as I told you before, I'm retired law enforcement. If her phone is still like going to voicemail, the police can track it. They can ping the phone if it's going to voicemail. Now, if it
still goes to voicemail?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's dead and the voicemail is from the carrier, say, sometimes it can be dead and go to voicemail. If it is just completely dead, then they may not be able to ping it. But I would really find out from the sheriff's department. And I know it's kind of leave you in the dark. It sounds like that the sheriff is not coming out. It's like what I told you on the phone. I would be a burr in that sheriff's saddle. I would be calling once a week saying, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Two things. One thing.
Yeah, and I am. I'm constantly, trying to stay in contact, have questions, anything like that. I'm not afraid to put them. I can't stop until she's home.
Right.
Did they impound? Ask if they impounded her car.
Did they ever impound her car and check her car for DNA and anything obvious that some type of thing?
They take her car. Yeah, they do have her car. I don't know anything more than that, but I do know that they have her vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said they heard the gun was outside. Was it found outside?
There's a lot of rumors.
It was, yes.
Okay, the gun was found outside. Do you know the police had the gun, I assume? Okay.
Yes.
All right. What about any of the medicine? Was it found outside? Any of her medicine found outside? Nothing. The medicine was not found.
Okay,
Um,
somebody said it sounds like she was going somewhere close because she left behind her purse. But why would she take all of her meds?
I think anything that happened probably happened inside, and uh, I don't know. Maybe they got in some type of struggle outside. She had her gun, and
Right.
outside that might have happened. Uh, I wish I mean, you're doing exactly what every person that has a disappearance in their family should do. You go on YouTube, you put out a YouTube video like Mother's Day, you talk to the news every chance you get, uh, get her face out there, get people talking about that out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody knows something in this case. Somebody
Right.
knows something.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely 100%.
is there anything that has not been reported that you feel like you could share that we might help us kind of zero in on the person that might have taken her?
Are you saying like just personal reason
I mean, you, we have a super bad connection, and EchoSearch.
I'm sorry, I know.
Have you talked to EchoSearch out of Texas, or some of the people that do search?
Yeah.
Have they been there?
They have not. From what the state's point of view, they don't have a location to start at right now. So without a location, Texas EchoSearch has nowhere to go. And so that's one thing is, all these groups definitely want to help and come in, but from a law enforcement standpoint, there's not a starting point. So my thing is I have a starting point where I believe we should start, where I think we should start at. So it's finding somebody who's able to kind of come in and be able to go out there and look around with us. And if we find something, immediately call.
Let me ask you, are there any clothes missing? Were there any clothes missing, or any of her any clothes look like she might have?
Mama has so many clothes, but there weren't any bags. There's nothing out of the ordinary missing. Her makeup was there. Her clothes are all there. Everything in her room looked like it was still in place.
All right. Now, what about
the few items?
Did the police get dogs and start at the house and see if there was any type of trail?
They did not get in any dogs. We went out to search. I believe it was the day after I reported her missing, on the 16th. And after we did a foot search, which was about 4 or 5 miles, I believe, altogether, back behind the house, they had determined that they did not think that she disappeared from her home. So they were not going to have the dogs come out. The dogs, I believe, were scheduled for Sunday.
Is it that may tell you that they have a phone ping somewhere that might say that if they're saying, just a second, if they're saying that they don't believe she was taken from the house, or she don't believe that the last point of contact was the house, they probably are kind of indicating that they have a phone ping somewhere else. You said you have a location you think it needs to be searched. Where is that? Where is that and why?
I think that we need to start where her house. I really think we need to start at her home. In fact, where her and this neighbor, she's located. It's all timber back there. It's just I don't know. I feel like he's had enough. There's enough space out there, and he knows those areas that I don't feel like you'd have to really kind of whenever you're there, you don't know where to go. That's our thing is
right. I would say this though, and I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true, but just what you're telling me, there's a high probability if the police say, I don't believe she was missing from the home, it's a very high probability that they have a phone ping somewhere else. That's just from looking at it from my side, it would be a very high probability that the phone has pinged in another location. Did she have any type? Well, go ahead, Danny. What were you going to say?
Somebody said, did you talk
no.
about your mom's state of
No,
mind?
I hope that's what it is. You know, I do hope that it's
any video.
Did in the last video
what was
you
that
did
talking about her state of mind and what?
right? I think the video you did earlier, I think online somebody's talking about. Did you talk about her state of mind or something? If she was
At Dollar General.
at Dollar General, what that was about? I never watched. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a chance to.
That she was what?
In the other video, did you talk about her
state
of mind?
Okay, Kelsey.
I don't think I. Yeah.
Okay, Kelsey. Somebody asked a question. Did you talk about your mom's state of mind at Dollar General? Any video you know of?
Yeah, any video at Dollar General, like somebody may have came in and threatened her or said something to her? Anything at Dollar General?
Actually, a manager of Dollar General contacted me whenever I first made this. Right, yeah. So the manager of Dollar General called me to let me know that, you know, she believed she had seen Mom. And it was within a few days of me reporting her missing. She wasn't sure exactly what day it was. She said, but she knew it was her, you know, and she's such a bubbly personality. She's always so nice when she comes in, you know, she checks on everyone. She's very talkative. She said she looked like she'd been through hell and back. You know, she wouldn't let the manager give her phone to make a phone call. She wouldn't let her walk her out to the car. They didn't follow her out or anything. So I don't know, you know, if there should be video footage. Whoever was waiting for her, if there was anybody waiting for her, I don't know if it was her vehicle or another vehicle. I don't know. Give me that information. But the manager did say she didn't follow her outside, so she's not sure who or what was out there. But she could tell something was definitely wrong.
Did you tell the police about this, or does anybody, the police know about this? Did the police know about
this? The police definitely know about it. I called them I called them as soon as the manager had spoken with me. Anything that I am told or anything that, you know, family or friends are told, they're the first people that we go to.
Is the manager 100% that was her? Is the manager 100% that
sorry,
was her?
I'm having trouble, sir.
Yeah, I apologize for the. It's our. I don't know why.
She said she was 100% sure, and it's.
But does she know her?
What was your question?
Does the manager know
well, Mom
her?
always went into Dollar General.
Okay.
Mom had always been going. She always went to Dollar General. That was mainly the store, and I thought it had been Warsaw. But I knew she did start to go to Climax Springs for a lot of things. So I don't know 100% if she was, you know, 100% Mom. And that's something I still have to check on. The detectives, unfortunately, he's sick right now with COVID. So I'm kind of giving him.
I'm sure they have video. And the sooner you get a hold of that manager, the better.
Right. And I believe that the police have that.
A lot of the video is run over. So yeah.
Is her house ranch in a rural area?
You're in a rural area, is that correct?
Yes.
I looked at the map. It's very rural, very rural.
Did her mom have depression, major depression?
Well, somebody wanted to know if your mom was going through major depression or anything. I mean, somebody's probably trying to take advantage of her.
She has depression, but not like major depression or suicidal or anything like that. Right, that's not where her head was.
I understand.
Mom had things happen in life. She's separated from her husband and things like that. So
I understand. Listen, that's not an issue. And I don't think that in the slightest bit had anything to do with this, be honest with you. I don't think her depression had anything to do with it. I think somebody took advantage of the situation One, with her medication.
No.
Two, with the fact is
Yes.
it sounds like she was taken or forced to go against her will, and we need to get
Has the man's house been searched?
Yes.
Has the man's house been searched? The neighbor's house?
Believe so,
You believe so?
but I'm
Okay.
not 100%. I believe so.
Is
Yes,
he?
I believe so.
Do you know if he's got a criminal record? Do you know if he's got any criminal record?
I think so. I think so.
Do you know if he's a sex offender? Have you looked
I do
on
not believe so. No.
Okay. What you would need to do, what I would tell you
No,
to do,
he's not.
is go on the sex
Yeah.
offender registry and find out how many sex offenders live in that area. And
Okay.
that would at least alleviate your mind that he's not a registered sex offender. Do you
Okay.
know that you said you went over to somebody's house and banged on the window at first? You went over to see if, or contacted somebody to see if she was over there at the house. Is this the neighbor you did this?
I went to her house first, and then I went down to the neighbor's house. Yes, I went directly to their house, and I walked right up to their front door, and I just kept banging on the door, and demanding. I spoke with her, demanding to see her, and I said, I will not leave until somebody answers this door. And eventually they came to the door.
Was her car there?
And I went from there.
Was her car at the neighbor's
Her car was
house?
at home.
At
Her
home.
car was in the
Okay.
driveway.
Is the
No,
neighbor
it was in the
married?
driveway.
Okay. Is the neighbor married?
What's that?
Was the neighbor married?
No.
Okay. Okay. What did
No,
you
he was
want?
not.
Have they set up a GoFundMe page?
Have you set up a GoFundMe page to help with the search efforts?
We have set up a GoFundMe page. Yes, we have.
Can you provide that for me, please?
Yeah, it's Bring Echo Home.
Okay.
And then I can send you a link to that. Probably also, we're in the works also of getting a website set up for mom.
Okay.
Also,
Email
so that
me
we can
that.
kind of we're hoping to.
Good all. Email me that GoFundMe, because apparently somebody else has
Okay.
got a GoFundMe page set up also.
It says there's a GoFundMe page called Find Echo Lloyd.
Do you know about that one? Find Echo Lloyd on a GoFundMe page.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
I
you
believe
need to
it's
go
the Bring Echo Home. I mean, that's only
okay,
two out
go-
there.
go
Yeah.
to GoFundMe and protest that site to tell them, hey, it's not you for that one. Go to that one page that it's fine. What is it, Dina?
It's called
Okay.
Find Echo Lloyd.
Find Echo Lloyd. And if that is not your page, the GoFundMe page, you
Okay.
need to protest it because somebody's using this
Okay.
situation to
Okay.
gain money, But because
Right.
no one else,
Okay. Yeah.
do you have any sisters, brothers that would be doing that? Do you have any sisters or brothers that are involved in this?
Do I have any
The-
brothers or sisters that would have started one?
Or cousin.
Our cousin, maybe?
They're of course involved.
Could that be her aunt?
Could it be your aunt that's trying
I have
to?
a lot of cousins that are, helping out, and family members that are helping.
Okay. Well,
I'm
I would
not
try to find.
exactly sure. Not anybody in my immediate group who's helping me with my page and stuff. So
Okay, well, go over to that on a GoFundMe later on and see if that has anything to
It says
do
she's
with you.
Echo's cousin.
This might be a
yeah,
cousin
I'll check
that's
that out,
trying
and
to
I'll
do that.
check
But
with family
are
and see
you
what's going on.
pretty much the spokesman for the family? The spokesman for the family?
Yeah.
Are you pretty much
Yes.
the spokesman? Okay, great. Could you do me a favor too? If anything breaks on this case as far as positive news or anything that we need to share, if you will send it to me, the email, I promise you that I will do that for you. And there's Facebook, a lot of Facebook pages.
Thank you so much.
There's a lot of Facebook pages that have been established that are not official. So I would go back, and the one that you're trying to get up is put some way official or something, because what people will do is they will try to set up all these pages, and they'll give wrong information out. You know, some people can give wrong information. Let me see. There's somebody commented. I'm trying to get what they exactly said. Hot Springs after evidence related to the crime left in the back of a pickup truck Walmart earlier this week, according to law enforcement. That's the guy that killed his mom. Okay. We got several conversations going at the same time in chat back and forth. But we have right now, we have a full chat that really of people that really desire to help you. They really desire to help find your mother. And
thank you.
We don't do this channel for nothing other than possibly finding the people that are missing. And I sincerely hope that your mother's found. And there's no doubt there's a lot of information that police are not sharing with you. And what I would do would just try to either go down to the station and get the person working this and say, look, tell me why you don't think it happened at the house. You know, do you have a phone team? You know, you don't have to tell me exactly where, but just try to get some information. Be the person that goes down there and try to force them to do something, because, you know, I was a cop for a long time. I can tell you, unless you got somebody breathing down my neck all the time, it's very easy to get lost in a bunch of other paperwork. You had a question. I'm asking my wife if she had a question.
No,
right.
Some of our chatters have gone on and looked, and there is only her GoFundMe page is the only one up there.
Okay, great. Okay. You're okay. Apparently, the GoFundMe page that you have is the only one up there. But we do ask right now. I'm going to ask the followers of this channel if they could go and give a little bit to this GoFundMe page. I would really love to have some money in there to help them do with the search. Because I'm going to tell you, when you start spearheading a search like she is doing, she's going to need money for posters. She's going to need money to help out to get it out there, the word out there. And she's doing exactly what she needs to do. She is even coming on this little small channel, but a lot of people watch this and other people will share this. And what I'm going to ask you to do too is everybody go and download the poster on there. If you Google it and just Google it, Echo, and what's her middle name? Your mother's middle name? Michelle Lloyd. And
it's Michelle.
And when you Google it, put poster at the end, and a poster will come up. Share that on your Facebook page and ask other people to share it. And if we can get 100,000 or a million people to see that poster, somebody will come up with something. There's somebody out there that knows something, and we need to create that heat to cause a stir. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's nothing like not knowing, you know. It says there's 545 people in the GoFundMe page right now. I would love to have $1,000 in there by the end of the night. That would show a lot of people that would send money to help with this kind of stuff. One thing too, are you any kin to any other Erica Lloyd that's missing in out west? You spell your name the same. Do you know Erica Lloyd?
What's that? I'm sorry.
There's a Erica Lloyd.
I saw that actually I happened.
No kin, no relation.
Is there a reward?
No.
Somebody has a sheriff or the anybody, the governor, put up a reward for information leading to the her safe return?
For mom, no. It'll be us. I mean, that's what part of our GoFundMe is for. I don't have an exact reward amount, or we don't yet.
Let me tell you.
Just because we really don't know how much. We're hoping.
Let me tell you what I would do if I were you. Contact the governor's office.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're probably not going to speak to the governor,
Okay.
but you can contact his press secretary. Right. And tell them about your mother's disappearance and ask them if the governor would put up a reward. A lot of times the governor will put $5,000 reward up, any type of reward for information leading to her safe return.
Yeah.
And I would definitely do that. They do it all the time. And that would help 100%. Plus, ask them to put it on the state website for missing people in Missouri.
Okay.
That would would help to do that.
Okay. Kelsey, is there a way that you can
get
the
absolutely. Yeah, I will do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Is there a way you can get the news media in your town?
I can what?
If you can get the news media in your town to come out, have a group of people out there with balloons and everything as a day of remembering your mom and wanting to bring her home by Christmas. You know, something to get her in the news again in your area.
Yeah, because right now is perfect time. You're running into the holidays. You know, call the local channel. Try to get somebody to do some type of human interest piece. We have a horrible connection. I know we do.
I reached out to KY3. I know that I reached out to them. Channel 4 up in Kansas City, they did a story on mom. So I might to.
It's been 6 months.
We've been trying to get in touch with as many news stations as. Yeah. So we're definitely. I'm trying to get as many people, you know, on board as possible at many news stations and things like that. Dateline, John Walsh, you know, all these different, Dr. Phil.
Right, exactly.
Everybody I can get and my family get to listen. It's time for her. You know, she deserves justice, and we're not going to find it any other way unless we get help from out there. That's what I'm going for right now. I'm really pushing. I've said if other people watch.
Okay, Kelsey, we have
sometime.
Okay, Kelsey, we've got a big delay, and it's just the voice is messed up. So my people, my subscribers, people that are on here right now want to know what we can do to help. Now, I'm going to tell them what some things I think we can do to help. One is go to the GoFundMe page and give some money. Any amount of money is actually a help. Any amount. And another thing we can do is we can pray. We can pray that something is discovered through this broadcast and other broadcasts that will help it. Another thing is you can copy a poster from the Google poster and share it on your Facebook, and ask your people to share the poster that you share. In other words, if you can get 10 people to share it out there all over the United States, maybe say, hey, share this and tell me where you're sharing it at. So it'd be out there. Go to the Facebook page that they're trying to establish and like the page. So all the information, sharing it out there is what you need to do.
Okay, Real Gone Adventure Media is where we'll be helping out on the Lloyd's page. Boots on the ground.
Okay, well, you got some people coming now that Real Gone Adventure Media is gearing up to come help you and get some boots on the ground in that area. So I don't know if y'all have a YouTube channel there, Real Gone Adventure Media. if you will send me an email to the bottom of my screen of what your channel is, I will promote it for you, and maybe we can kind of get together on reporting back and forth on what's going on with this. If I could, I would be there too to help
Thank
you
you.
personally. I can't right now, but we're gonna do everything we can to get some people down there to help you. Real Adventure Media says that they're gonna
Thank
come
you.
help you. We're gonna stay on this and try to get your mother found. Okay, Kelsey?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
They're gonna be there. I tell you, Kelsey, if you don't mind, if they would email me, I will get them your number to call you if that would be okay with
That's
you.
perfect.
Okay.
That's
Real
perfect.
Adventure Media, if you will email me at the missinglivestream@gmail.com, I will give you her phone number so you can be in touch with her, and we will see if we can't get y'all together. How about that?
Let's have some closure for this family.
Yeah, let's have some closure for her.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, it's really promising that the dollar store actually saw her after she was reported missing. Very promising, and we're going to believe that she is okay and she's alive, and everything we can work this out.
Maybe she's just being held.
Maybe she's being held against her will, and we're going to threatened. Who knows? We don't know what's going on, but we know that that with enough people out there sharing this, we can get something done, and we'll see about your GoFundMe page too.
I'm going to put this interview on her Facebook page.
Yeah, and if you want to share this interview on your Facebook page, and if we will, we'll do anything we can. And
yes,
I'm encouraging y'all to go over and donate something. I'm going to personally donate something on the GoFundMe page tonight also, and I encourage everybody else to do the same.
Thank you.
We want to have, I'd love to see at least $1,000 in your account tonight.
Thank you so much.
And if we can do anything in the future, we will do that. But I'm going to ask Real Adventure Media to come over and give me an email. I'm going to, and then I will supply them with your phone number.
What's your GoFundMe page?
What is your GoFundMe page? One more time.
I believe it's Bring Echo Home. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. I just created it. I'm sorry. I've been really overwhelmed trying to get as much stuff together as possible.
Okay.
But I believe it's Bring Echo Home. That's kind of what I've everything.
We'll make sure we get the right one out there, and I'm sure a few people on here. Everybody said, yeah, okay, that's good.
It's Bring Echo Home.
Okay, great.
It's Bring Echo Home.
Okay.
Kelsey, if you have even the slightest information you need to get out there, give Tommy an email or a call, and he will have you on the next night, okay?
Yeah, if you get any new information that you want to share online, we will get you on.
Okay.
And here's the only thing I ask is that you just be the shining star for your mother's case. And I know you are. You've done so much, and you are doing exactly what you need to do. Okay. You just need to relax too, and take it easy, and don't listen to people that make guarantees.
Thank you.
You're going to have a lot of people guarantee you stuff. I can't make a guarantee. I will say this: we would do everything we can to help you.
Right.
Echo, one thing you need to remember as a Christian, I know.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
In Psalms 139, it tells us that God knows every day we're going to live, every word we're going to say, every thought we're going to have. And that he thinks about us more than the sand on the sea. And so he's thinking about your mother even now. God knows where she is, and he will reveal it. We just need to pray and believe, and then bring her home.
Okay, Kelsey, I apologize with we have a delay tonight for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's just between here and two small towns. We're in a little small town in North Alabama, and you're in obviously a small town in Missouri. So, and the weather's been crazy, but we are going to
Yes.
help you tonight
Yes.
with the GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
I feel sure that by the end of the night, I want you to check it again, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
that I have some people on here that are they're awesome. They're really, really awesome. So
If you get the chance, go back and watch the video and read the comments.
yeah, we'll go
Thank
back
you.
and watch the video and read the comments. You'll be encouraged.
You.
Okay, you'll be encouraged. So thank you so much tonight for coming on. And if anything changes, please let me know. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, good night, and we will be praying for you, and we'll
I
stay
will.
in.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good night. Okay, we want to go over to her page, of course, and her Facebook, her GoFundMe page, and see if we can help her find her mother. You know, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine it. I mean, you know, her vehicle, her purse is still at home. The missing was her gun and her medication. And you got to think about this. You know, it's almost like, to me, it sounds like that maybe she was robbed in her house of her medicine, and she followed them outside with her gun and then lost her gun. And I don't know. There's so many things that could have happened. You know, the neighbor is kind of freaky. The neighbor actually had a thing for her, but it depending on what type of medication she was on. If it was for depression, maybe Xanax or something like that. That's something that a lot of these people would do a lot for. You would hate to think that they would, you know. Who knows? There's just so many questions about this case. Somebody out there knows something, you know. Somebody out there knows something. So we're gonna try to. What we would like to do is cause a little heat in this case. You know, put some heat on the area. Put some people on, like this group that is gonna try to put some boots on the ground. You know, try to help out. In finding her. Her mother's obviously, you know, I mean, nobody looks like that and is a drug addict. I had people say in a comment, "Oh, well, it sounds like a drug." She's not a drug addict. She had some depression, and she had some issues. But everybody gets depressed. Look, just because you're depressed doesn't mean that you're going to automatically go out and kill yourself. They say like 8 out of 10 people in America at some point in their life's been depressed, but out of that 8 out of 10, maybe only one person in that 10 would be suicidal, or even if it's that high. So, you know, just because you're depressed doesn't make you suicidal. Okay, I'm gonna give you that from personal knowledge. Okay, life is not all cherry roses and sunshine all the time. I've had my bouts of depression. It doesn't mean I'm going to want to go kill myself. I've never wanted to do that. I love myself too much, okay? So don't think that. And you can see she's happy, bubbly type personality. So, you know, we don't know. We don't know what was going on. But we definitely need to share this and go to her GoFundMe page and see if we can help her out. I tell you, I wish I could find it. Do you have the GoFundMe page up? Do you have it over there on your phone where you could drop it down and I could share it? If she could airdrop it to my computer real quick, I can actually share it on here.
Unlike you didn't share.
I didn't share some videos that she airdropped earlier for me of the dogs, but I do have one of the cat. A lot of people said they wanted to see our cat Moses, so before we leave, we will do that. Anybody got any ideas? Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that tonight. Thank you. We had a couple of people. Mandy did. Amy shared something, and also Mandy was good enough to give a donation too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I tell you what, I feel sorry for her too. I mean, you think about that. Your mother missing. Think about
Right.
that. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna try to get this and share this if she can airdrop this to me here. Did you airdrop it?
Well, you're not showing up on my airdrop.
I don't know why I'm not showing up on
It
your
says
airdrop.
waiting. You're slow.
Okay, all right. Let me get this airdrop here and come back on here.
Okay. One of the things, Tommy, is MH says, I don't get the whole car wasn't there on Mother's Day and then it was the next day.
It's not what I'm hearing, that the car was there. Let me go. I didn't get that. Sarge, thank you very much.
Gosh, Sarge.
You shouldn't have done that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know that. That's why I wanted, I'll be honest with you, Sarge, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted them to actually get in touch with me so I could verify who that was before I just sent her phone number out there. I wanted to be able to go to whatever website they got and talk with them a little bit. I don't know any training, but you know, anybody is better than nothing. I'm sure you, and you know that. I'm not telling you nothing that you don't already know, that anybody is out there is better, but I hope they do have some training about how to search, because just getting out and tromping through the woods in Missouri is not helpful if you can get lost too. I'm trying to find out where this screenshot is I just did. Okay. Y'all don't have any problem with me sharing the screenshot of the GoFundMe in case you've already donated or somebody's donated. If you do, please let me know. I didn't think about that, but
Who would have a problem?
yeah, this is actually the GoFundMe page. Bring Echo home. If you would go and give as little as $5 or $10, it will sure help. And it looks like some of y'all are doing that. I do appreciate that. I want you to go and make a donation, please. And maybe we can help her get some money to help in the endeavor. And I hope, and I'm going to send her another email too. I would tell her not to pay anybody, not to hire anybody to do the search. You know, I don't think that there are a lot of people that will search for free. They get money and donations, but they don't need to hire anybody to do a search.
Cadaver dogs to search the woods and back of the house.
Yeah, you know, and I'll get back to this. By the police telling her, we don't believe she was taken from the house, tells me they had a phone ping somewhere else. It's almost like they told her. I mean, if they tell, yeah, Adventures with a Purpose could do that, but I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna need, because there's so many lakes in this area. I mean, just up the road is a lake, huge lakes, big lakes. By the police telling her, we don't think that she was taken from the house, is just the same thing as them telling me their phone pinged at a different location.
It says the dogs used for Suzanne they live in Missouri.
Yeah, and but you're going to have to get the police to tell you if they had a ping at a certain spot. You know, you're right, Sarge. Experts in grid search mapping, much more. You're exactly right. But what I would,
Okay.
what if they told her that cause of the dollar store? Maybe, but it just seems like to me, I'm telling you, it seems like to me that the police have a ping on where her phone was seen last. And it may just be driving down the road. It might be. But I would think that the police have pinged the phone. And I understand the FBI has been involved in this case or is investigating. Go ahead.
Okay, CJ Sleuth says, I have a question that's separate from Echo. A
Okay.
friend's daughter has been missing 7 years. She's got a witness to the burial. How can she get someone to retrieve the body?
Do the police know about it? Do the police know where? If she does not want to call the police, if she will email me and let me talk to her via email, I can get her in touch with the right people, or either I can either get her in touch with the right people, or I can get in touch with the right people and let them contact her. If she knows where the body's at, she needs to tell the police that they're working the case. If she doesn't trust the police that are working the case, she needs to call the state police in that area. Like, say it's Alabama, she would call the Alabama Bureau of Narcotics, the Alabama Bureau of Investigation, or she would call LEA, the Alabama Law Enforcement Authority or agency, or she would call the FBI.
Okay, Real Gone Adventure Media says, I just sent an email from Boots on the Ground Search Suzanne Morphy case. I would love to help.
Okay, well, as soon as I get the email, I will. If you give me some contact information, I'll either call you personally and talk to you about this, or I'll go to your website or your YouTube or something like that, and we can talk about it. And it's not that I don't believe you're very well capable of doing any of this. I would like to just verify who you are, if you don't mind.
Because she's already been hurt by some other.
She has had a contact from a very large YouTube channel, and they basically got totally mistrust from her. And it's not because they're not great guys, but the guy just really they just did not do her right, made her feel like she was at fault in this whole matter. And I really don't appreciate how they talked to her. And that's just my opinion. But I feel like that she almost didn't come on here because she said the other person that had the very large YouTube channel made her feel like she was an idiot. And I'm not going to let her feel this way. You said Profiling Evil knows and is working on having her on Profiling Evil. Hey, I believe that she should go on every channel that she can. And listen, I don't have anything bad to say about Profiling Evil. They know me. They know my experience, and I have contacted them by email, but we've never talked in person. I feel like they are very well qualified, as I feel like I'm very well qualified. I think they have 25 years experience in larger departments. I have 33 years experience, and I have been with an department of 350 officers in a very large investigations, just like they do. Whether or not they bring their own expertise to the table, and so do I. And I very well watch their channel. I'm not a member of their channel, but I do watch their channel, and I do respect their experience. And so if they can help out on this, hey, go for it. We're not in competition. I'll just tell you that. Maybe that's what I meant.
Aaron said, Kelsey has a lot of help around, 10 of us, family and friends, helping her, and she wants to be the spokesman. And she should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, she's the daughter. A smoker does not leave her smokes. Yeah. where the cops don't know. Well, I don't know what I've actually watched the news, and the sheriff looks like he is involved, but he plainly says on there, we have no information. No information. What I would love to talk to him personally, but he's not going to talk to me. I'm not law enforcement, currently law enforcement. I think that I would bet though they do have a phone ping somewhere other than around our house. They may have it going up the interstate. I don't know, but it's been so long. No dogs from our house is going to do any good. Now I'll just put that to rest now. No dogs from our house can track over 6 months ago. It's not going to happen. They could find a grave if there was a grave out there.
What I was gonna say. They
But
could find a body.
have you ever seen Missouri woods? I mean, it is like this country is filled with this forest. I mean, everybody thinks that there's
Overpopulation.
overpopulation, but it's not. You would take a large, unless you have something from the police saying this area right here needs to be searched, and then go out here and try to do it. You would, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm going to contacts.
After you call her.
I appreciate that, Melinda.
Okay, look what Mouth of the South said.
Mouth of the South.
Above Melinda's.
Real Gone Adventure Media's real deal. He has worked with Tube Crime Searching for Suzanne and is a Marine and has the knowledge. Okay, well, I'm glad you told me. I just never had met him before. That's all I'm saying. And what I'm saying is I'm not saying they're not. What I'm saying is I like to know who I'm talking to. That's all it is. If he tells me, hey, I've done this, this, and this, and I worked on this, hey, I'm good. I just want to make sure before I give out a phone number that I'm talking to the real person. That's all it is. That's all it is. But I would she needs help. She needs help out there. And you know what? It may be that they can come out there and start around the house and search a mile in a circumference around the house. And that would alleviate some of the stress that she's going to saying, yes, I believe, and because she believes that the around the house needs to be searched. And if we can do that, that would be great. That'd be great. Now, what I believe is this. I believe that there's a ping on the phone somewhere out in the distance area, and that's the area that needs to be searched first. But maybe all these people doing these live streams and doing videos on this case will cause somebody out there to say something to the sheriff or something, or find out. Maybe the sheriff can feel some heat about this and say, hey, we got the last ping we had was 3 miles from the house, or 4 miles from the house, or 20 miles from the house, that will allow other search parties. That has I think one thing I'd like to know, has the sheriff or any police or anybody done any searches? And if they have, where have they searched?
And if she's got family members still on here, they're talking.
Okay. If you can tell me, do y'all know if there's been any searches anywhere by the sheriff? If there's family members on here still that are talking, has anybody ever done any searches? No searches nowhere?
Nope. I guess I don't know where to start.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Did their phone, I would love to know if her phone has ever pinged anywhere.
And if other phones have pinged around.
And, have they been any, have they gone and looked at her cell phone? Because Kelsey told me that the police wasn't telling her anything. Have they looked at their cell phone?
They searched all around her house.
Okay. Has they looked at her cell phone to see who was the last person that she talked to? And have they gone and in that?
This family has searched.
Okay. But I wonder if the police, have they told y'all if they've looked at the last 10 people that have talked to her on the phone, questioned them,
Stephanie says, we've searched several times. Are there any houses? Have y'all gone to any neighbors' houses that might have camera video? It's probably too late now.
Well, here's Stephanie. Let me just say what you need to do here, and I'll tell you if Kelsey's still listening. That's what she needs to do. You need to, y'all need to contact the police, and you need to be somebody from the family needs to appoint one person for the family, whether it's Kelsey, whether it's you, whether it's anybody, and you need to go to the police once a week or call them on the phone and say, hey, what have you done this week on this case? Have anybody looked at the last 10 people that she's talked to on her cell phone? Have they been interviewed? And then you need one person who needs to maybe in the family needs to be the person that talks to the news media and call the news stations in the area and ask them, please do a update on my mother's disappearance.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Or gets the grease, right?
That's right.
And also, as whoever's calling the news media, have the news people you put out that GoFundMe page on their thing. Listen, if the person that gets out there, you need to be on the news, have in touch with the news person all the time.
Have a candle vigil.
Yeah, have a candlelight visual on this. Say, try to put together your friends that will meet you in front of a church or school and have a prayer visual to try to find your mother. And I'm telling you, I don't care how bashful you are, how shy you are, for Kelsey to come on tonight, that took some guts. So try to do this, try to get out there, try to get the police involved, call the sheriff and say, look, we're having a candlelight visual for my mother to try to get some news coverage on this. Invite the news media to come down, talk to a news agency, try to pick you out a female news agent, a news person, try to pick you out a female news person and get her to give a human interest story about this. Call the sheriff and say, will you please come out and be here for our candlelight visual? Can you give any type of doing? I don't care. Do it every week if you have to. You need to try to get the sheriff involved in putting something out.
Jamie went to making it.
Right. Call him and call the news and say, I can't get the sheriff involved. You know, try to get him to release a statement. Try to get it. And if nothing else, be down there Monday morning and say, I want to talk to the case agent. That's my mother's case agent. Try to get him to tell you something.
Tuesday, she can go in the morning.
Go in the morning and say, you know, hey, I want to find out something about my mother.
Pull on their heartstrings. What if this was your mother? What if this was your sister?
And listen, don't be afraid to be a burr in their saddle. Don't be afraid to do it, because I'm telling you, as a prior investigator, if I get a case in here, may work on it, but the longer it sits there on the desk unattended, the longer it's going to be harder it is to get somebody to look into it.
Is the neighbor still in the same location?
That's what they said. This, and I'm going to highlight Melinda. It's got a very good point here. See, I will go further. I would pull all the numbers that pinged at the scene location. Exactly. Great investigative. You can tell the investigator coming right out from her. And she's right. You got to pull all these suspects up. But the main thing is, just like she's saying, go back and let her pings around that house. Find out who pinged around that house. They can do that. The phone companies are very advanced. They can find out who's out there. They can look at what numbers she called in the last 24 hours before that she disappeared. And only a little bit how they work a case. What they do is they try to find out everywhere that person's been in the last 24 hours, and they work it back up to the portion where she disappeared. I mean, they'll find out, okay, she woke up and she went outside to smoke a cigarette, or she went down to the dollar, where'd she go? She went up here to get something, milk and bread, Yes, she talked to so-and-so during the day. And yes, she did this during the day, all the way up to when the last time Kelsey tried to call her. Do they know what, and then they'll try to find that period of time she went missing between, say, 5 o'clock and like the last person she talked to is like at maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they can try to narrow that timeline down, and they'll try to find out who the last person they talked to. It's just good investigative work on their part, but it can be done. But somebody's going to have to be the thorn in their side to make sure that they're not, because it's easy. Listen, it's easy for the cases like this to go cold. I don't want her to look back 10 years from now and say, I haven't heard anything from the police. I'm telling you, if something happened like that to me, I'd be the thorn in their side. And listen, she's doing her part now, but the problem is she doesn't know all what to do. She's alone out there. And even though she may have all this family members, y'all don't know what to do. You've never been in this situation before. There's a lot of people trying to give you ideas all over the place, I'm sure. Oh, you need to do this, or yes, you need to do that. And that's good. Listen to a little, but don't take all of them as fact. Take it from a retired police officer that is going to tell you, you need to make sure these police are involved. Make sure you call them. I would call them once a week, and I'd be saying, can you tell me what's going on in my mother's case? Well, we don't have any other information. Well, where was the last time her phone pinged? Have you checked that out? When's the last time? Have you got a list of my mother's phone calls? And as her daughter, you may be able to get that also. You may be able to go to the phone company and get the list of your phone bill. You know, and I would do that. I would do that. And listen, it may make these people a little irritated that you're doing that, but just the fact is the police are not telling you something needs to happen. They need to be telling you something.
She's been gone 6 months. Who's paying her cell phone bill?
Yeah, is her cell phone bill still being paid? That's something I guess I should have asked. No matter what nor who, it's a duty and responsibility to keep close contact with the family. Seeing and hearing is unacceptable. I agree with you, Melinda. Exactly. I 100% agree with you. The case agent should be calling 1 or 2 times a week and saying,
unless they've got that many missing cases and
I don't think they do out there. It's a small police department. The sheriff's department is working this, apparently, Benton County Sheriff. You know, you're exactly right. The case agent should be calling them and at least telling them, hey, we are still working this case. I want you to know, you know, or I saw your YouTube. That sheriff out there, the everything, they should be going across YouTube too and finding out what people are saying and ideas. The biggest mistake an investigator can make is shutting it out, thinking, I am the best at this and I don't need any help. That's the biggest mistake. The biggest. You cannot, as an investigator, say, I don't need any help. When you do that, you're taking all that pride in there. Somebody said the GoFundMe page is at $920. Wow.
Dana said they've searched the property and around her property. Is there a way to get cadaver dogs? Whatever.
Well, you know, before I did that, I think you need somebody out there with a drone to start with. You need a drone with it that has got the heat-seeking stuff, even at 6 months. You need to put a drone up in the air. You need to do foot searches in the area. But the big thing is you need to get the police to tell you if they've had a phone ping anywhere else, because you could spend thousands of dollars searching around the house, and it may be 30, 40, 50 miles from where the last ping on the phone was. The police has got to tell you where, if they had a phone ping. You know, just let them tell the family, hey, yes, we have a phone ping somewhere else. Yes, we are investigating that. But somebody needs to contact the police. Somebody needs to, they need to get the police to talk to them. The police are not talking to them, apparently, you know, and that, you know,
It
I don't
could
know.
be because they think Kelsey's too young and they just.
They may do it, but she's not too young.
No, she's not.
And she's a family. Somebody in the family needs to get with the sheriff and say, hey, listen, we get a lot of people telling us that we need to be more proactive. So we're going to be more proactive. You know, I don't know. You need to put a little heat under.
It's like Melinda said, it needs to be started over fresh.
Yeah, I agree. But, you know, I would love to get the sheriff on here, get the sheriff to come on. You know, I don't know that he would. I doubt that he would.
The state has taken over and has communicated better with Kelsey, says Dana.
Okay, well, that's better. Has the state told her if they've had a phone ping on her? I mean, they haven't. I would say anything. You know, here's the thing too. You know, I would want to, like I said, I would want to get that phone records if I was her, even if it was.
Can she?
You know, I mean, that's her mother's cell phone. I don't know if she could or not.
No, I don't know.
You know, I would think if the police, Kelsey indicated that the dollar store said the police has the footage, and that dollar store I know has a camera. I've seen dollar store robbery footage a whole bunch, and they have every dollar store has, if it is like Family Dollar, or like the dollar store, has a camera on the front door coming in, the front door going out inside the store, and the parking lot. They should have a one that shoots that whole parking lot, because that's the way they catch people that do armed robberies. And I would bet that there is. I don't think insurance money comes into this, be honest with you. I'll be honest with you there, MH. More people in the rural communities don't have insurance, don't have life insurance. And then it would go back, I'm sure, to the family, but I don't think that. Traffic light cams, I doubt it, unless you got all the way up into Kansas City, which is about 200 miles away. There's no traffic light cams that I know in these rural areas. We don't have any in our city, and it is probably about 40,000 people live here, 20 to 40,000. I don't think there's traffic cams. I know they are in the bigger cities, but we don't have them here. And even in the larger city, even in one bustling city that has like 300,000 people on a weekend, we don't have traffic cams down there that I worked at. Business, yeah. Another thing too, I would have done if I was the police in this, I would go out to businesses in the area around that Dollar General, and I would see if they have video footage.
They said no traffic lights.
No traffic lights. Wow. And if it's like it is in the South, there is a Dollar General in just about every little podunk town in Alabama. You could not have 1,000 people in that town, and there'll be a Dollar General in there. It's the weirdest thing. So, Stephanie, you're a family member. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I'm getting.
Okay, you're a family member. Here's what I would do, Stephanie, if you're a family member, if I'm talking to a family member, I would gather up a group of adult family members. And I'm talking about everybody that's 18 and over, a couple of you. I would get together.
She's a friend.
Okay, if you're a friend, maybe you can encourage this with the family. I would get the family together, and I would get with the police and just say, hey, we got to have some more information than this, because
6 months
clearly Kelsey is not getting the information she needs. You know, that, I mean, I'll just say that. I'm not a police officer currently. I'm a retired cop, but I can tell you, if it was me and my personal family member that was missing, I'd be wanting some information, even if they just come to me and say, listen, we're working some things. We have some people of interest. If you would just chill out and let us do this, we need you to be quiet about this. We don't need you to go online anymore. Even if she said that, hey, that's fine. Then she could at least have some hope. But right now, that doesn't look like she has any.
Somebody said, what was her means of support? Was she was separated from her husband? Was he supporting her? Did she work? Did she have savings to live off of?
We did not get into the thing because, we could go back and say, we'll look at all the different avenues. But right now, what we need to look at is trying to find her. That may have been some issues, but the thing that bothers me the most about this case, she leaves her driver's license, her money, her purse in her house. Okay. Her medicine is missing and her gun was found in the front yard. That is huge.
Can I tell you what bothers me about this whole thing so far is the dollar store clerk. She obviously knows Echo, and Echo comes in and she looks like she's been through hell. And from what I'm understanding, it says that she couldn't buy anything. I don't know why she couldn't buy something, and they wanted to walk her out and she wouldn't let them. So
yeah, I mean, why not go out in the parking lot and try to at least see? And did the clerk know that she was missing? That's another thing too. Did she know? Yeah.
Why didn't she buy anything? I don't understand.
Yeah, we don't know what. The idea that they said they didn't really know her personally, but she goes in there a lot. I don't know what kind of, by them saying she looked like hell, what does that mean? Did she have a black eye? Did she look like she hadn't slept in a while? If they don't know her intimately, then how can they say that she looked like hell? I guess that's what I'm saying. I appreciate all the comments.
Okay, the other thing, this makes me think of
I don't know, Mandy. I don't know. I should ask that, I guess. Michael Chambers.
Michael Chambers going to the store for his wife's mascara.
Yeah.
This is just strange. It's just so
yeah,
strange.
It is like she went in to try to get somebody to help her, but she didn't know what to say, or either that maybe she felt.
They offered her their phone.
Yeah, and she refused. So I don't know. And I would love to interview that store clerk, to be able to find out at the store clerk what exactly she said, because it sounds like Kelsey knows about the store clerk, but we really don't know exactly what she said. And I'm wondering, I guess this is it. I guess I should have wrote down all this stuff, but I didn't know about it at the time. But I'm wondering how, Stephanie, do you know how Kelsey found out about the incident at the dollar store?
The dollar store lady called her.
Oh, it called her?
Called her, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess she did know her well enough. That is a big red flag there, is what was going on in her mind when all this was happening, and why did she go in there, and why didn't she let her use the phone? I mean, take the phone and do it. So obviously she does either the phone is in the car with whoever was out there, or she doesn't have the phone somewhere else.
Or was the person in the car, if there was somebody in the car, were they threatening her children or her child?
Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns, but I hope
Kelsey's on here now.
Okay, Kelsey. Kelsey, thank you for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. One thing, there are some questions about the dollar store, if you could help us answer. Did the clerk, when she called you on the phone in reference to your mom possible coming in the store, what all did she say? I mean, was she did she say that your mother acted like that somebody was threatening her or something?
She said her mama looked like been through hell.
Yeah. You know, that would be my thing was the clerk. The clerk
Noticed she was a mess.
a mess? Yeah. Did I guess the clerk knew her well enough to call Kelsey? Then, and how many days after you reported her missing did she go in the dollar store?
The dollar store. The clerk didn't remember.
No, I mean, does Kelsey know?
No, the clerk didn't remember. She said she'd been there in the past few days, but she didn't remember how long ago.
It might have been even before.
Right.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, Melinda.
Yeah. The ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband or whatever, do you know if anybody's polygraphed him? Were there any children involved? I meant to ask that. Were there any custody of any child involved in the separation? Kelsey, are you still here, or anybody can tell me if they were any friends of his or hers, if they were a child involved that was a custody situation, possible custody situation? I don't know if she's still on here or not.
I don't know that she is.
What is?
I'm here. No custody battles. We're going on my sister's. We're staying with him.
Okay.
So it doesn't sound like it was a bad divorce.
No. Just the biggest thing, and I'll just repeat this, the biggest thing that's causing me the most trouble about this whole thing is that all of her personal items were left in the house, and the medicine is gone, and the gun was found in the front yard. The gun wasn't fired, though. Do we know that, if the gun had been fired? Or do you know that? I don't, nobody said that, so I guess not. Yeah, you know, when somebody disappears without a trace and not calling your friends and family and leaving her driver's license and missing without her medication, there's foul play involved. I don't care what anybody says. That is not, you just don't do that. One thing is
She said, what was the question? She said,
was the gun fired? Does anybody know if the gun had been fired that was found in the yard? If they found any prints on the gun from anybody other than your mother?
I don't know.
I don't know if it'd been fired or if there were any prints on it. I'm assuming that the police have the gun so they could test it and find out if it'd been fired or if they had any prints on it. That is just the thing. And let me tell you, for somebody that takes medication like I do, I take medication too. I don't leave my medication at home. I don't care if I'm going, if I know it's a possibility that I'm going to be gone overnight or anything, the meds go with me. And it's just the way it is.
The police have the gun.
The police have the gun. Maybe they can find out all that. Yeah, everybody's talking about your GoFundMe goals. I would just let them run, because if you do the search, if you do your search right, it's going to cost you a lot of money to search.
MH wants to know, and this is for you or Melinda, I'm sure, is it normal not to tell the family these details?
Well, it's normal not to tell the family everything, But they normally tell the family, one, if we are got places like if they've got a ping location for the phone, they would say, we have an area of interest that we are going to search. Maybe your phone pinged at a location, or uh, we have we currently are looking at several different people at person of interest. They could say that. They're not going to tell you who they're looking at because they're afraid of vigilante type thing or somebody going and calling him and getting, just getting the evidence mixed up. But usually they do call the family. Like one huge missing person case that I worked the last big one I worked, I talked to the family every week, sometimes 2-3 times a week. Say, here's what we discovered, this, or we are looking into a location in New Orleans, or this person's, this is what I heard about, or the phone pinged over here. This is what we're doing. In other words, they were actively, because I wanted them to, be able to feel um, a kinship, or feel like I was doing my job, but be able to feel like they could share anything about the disappearance with me. They didn't hold anything back. And that's what I believe that they need to be doing here. If she's been missing 6 months and they haven't had a call from the investigators about this at least once a week or every 2 weeks, then that's why I would be up there calling them. That's not how to do proper police work, in my opinion. Unless they're just overrun with cases up there, have 150 missing people a week or something. I don't know, I don't know what their reasoning is for that. Even if they don't have anything to share, I think just a courtesy call to say, hey, let you know we have not forgot about you, 6 months, stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Kelsey, your mother would be proud for sure. Yeah, actually, I mean, just a simple call to say, hey, we are still working this case does not hurt. I'm going to tell you that right now. It will probably save you in the long run from getting all kinds of complaints about not doing anything on the case. They don't want you to go to the news and say, hey, I haven't heard anything from the sheriff's department. It's been 6 months, hadn't even had a phone call.
Question.
You know?
What does the town gossip say happened to Echo?
Yeah, well, is there any town gossip that says, hey, check this guy, or, I heard this, Kelsey, if you're still on here, is there anything you've heard from anybody? Has there been somebody that has said, yeah, I heard this happen? You don't have to tell us what it is, but have you heard that something, anybody has told you? Because in a small town, I know how small towns are. There's somebody's going to have a talk about something. Yeah, the whatever you hear, share with law enforcement, please don't get the feeling that why should I help them because they're not talking to me, or why should I do this? They're not talking to me. Go and talk to them. Go down there, meet them. Don't just call them, meet them in person.
Yeah, they need to see your face.
That I would be down there every day, Yeah, if you can get a reward through the governor's office too, I would do that. I would call the governor's office and try to get that ball going. And if you don't get a positive result, then get in touch with the news media and try to get the news media to get involved to try to get the governor to put a reward on it. Usually the governor will do that, though, especially if you can pull at their heartstrings. Okay. All right.
aging protein discovered.
What's that?
Aging protein discovered.
I heard that. Crime Stoppers usually offers rewards. Yes, if they have a crime. I don't know, that little town or that county may have a Crime Stoppers. Usually, though, the governor will offer a $5,000 reward for information leading to the safe return or leading to anything. Did you say there is town gossip going around or anything? Okay, Kelsey, is there any town gossip going around about what probably could have happened? DNA reference regarding the neighbor? Yeah, I'm sure that, well, your DNA is not going to help unless you have something on the other side you need DNA for. People just told us about rumors regarding the neighbor. Well, I would make sure the police have those rumors, if nothing else. Neighbors included in some of those rumors. Yeah, I would make sure the police have it, you know. Yeah, I agree with you, Melinda. That case is, you know, we see so many cases like that, like she's referring to, Kelsey, where she has Michael Chambers, this a firefighter that a retired firefighter has been missing, you know, a couple of years. We hope this doesn't go this much. I will go to the electronic medium. Thank you.
Just don't pay money.
Don't pay money. Don't pay money for information. Don't pay money for information. I'll just tell you that. So, and here's what I would do too. I would.
That's what everybody's saying.
Don't pay money. And if somebody says, I got information, if I had $100 or $1,000 or whatever your GoFundMe page has in it, if you tell me, give me this money, I'll tell you, they're not doing anything but trying to rip you off. Do not do that. Use the money you get from GoFundMe to buy posters and buy maybe a billboard on the road down there or something, you know. Use this type of stuff, but never, ever, ever pay money for information. You do, you're getting ripped off. Don't do that. Don't pay money to get for information. Because you'll have people that see you getting money on your GoFundMe page, and they'll have all kinds of ideas about having you help you spend it. Do not do that. We've got a lot of cases that we are covering on this channel, and we've got, I hope,
$930.
$930 on the GoFundMe so far. That's awesome. We would love by the end of the night to have over 1,000. That's just $70 more. We hope that you will, if everybody can just give $5 or $10 a piece, you know, that's great. I know a lot of you give more. I know that because that's the way y'all are. But yeah, and there's been over $400 given since we've been on here. I hope we can make the 1,000 tonight. But I do appreciate everybody being here tonight. Tomorrow we are going to cover, we have an investigator coming on that was the other one that was on with us on the Mike Chambers,
your brother from
Michael Chambers case the other night. My brother by another mother. He is law enforcement, retired also, certified homicide investigator, and we're going to look at the Suzanne Morphew case through his eyes. I gave him basic information, and he is going to come on tomorrow, and we're going to talk about that case. I don't want him to be swayed by any of my views, so I didn't give him much about how I thought about it. But he did a great job, I think, with the Michael Chambers case, and we are still going to be following that case. We're not giving up on it. We believe the answer is out there on that case.
Well,
It
we
can
know
still
what we
be
think the
solved.
answer
There's
is.
no doubt. I know, and I believe I'm gonna. I've been thinking about it, Melinda. What do you think to me about trying to get a hold of Becca and see if she would come on the channel? Throw it out there to her and ask her if she would talk to me about the disappearance, that we think we can solve the case
Of her husband.
of the
33
husband of
years.
30-something years. Melinda, if you can get me a number where I can get a hold of her, I will call her and try to get her to come on the channel and see
I
what
wish
kind
his
of thing.
daughters would come on.
I wish your daughters would come on too, but I would love to see what her response is. Tell her that we have been taking this on to help find him.
Because we know she
And
wants
we
to
know
find him.
that she wants him to be found. If you can do that, I promise you, I will call her and see what she says. And then I tell her, hey, we're gonna report on this and say, maybe I may see if I can record a conversation. That'd be even better. And say, hey, if you don't mind, I'm recording this just so I can share it with my viewers. And if she just hangs up, then I'll share it with my viewers. We want to thank everybody tonight for coming. It's been a long one, but and supper is calling me. But
What's it calling you?
I don't know. I'm just hungry for something.
Well, get something because there ain't nothing cooked.
But we do appreciate everybody that's given a few bucks or more to tonight on the live stream. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Who was the other one that gave? Mandy. Yes, I thank y'all, and thank y'all for going and donating to the GoFundMe page.
MH, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I hope that everybody is doing good and staying well. Come back tomorrow at 7. We will have some good stories for you too. Me and Tony go way back, and we are going to discuss the case of the Morphew case, and we are still going to stay hot and heavy on the Michael Chambers case and all these other cases. And we're going to just keep Kelsey in your prayers. Share that poster of Echo on your Facebook and ask your friends to share it and to say where they're sharing it at. And maybe we can have some positive news, and then I will get in touch with this other people to try to get more people involved. And yes, share this. If you can, share the videos and share the page. And we are trying to work towards 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And we do appreciate every one of you here. And God bless all of you. And I'm just going to play a little thing about, everybody asked me about my cat.
Our cat talks.
Our cat talks a little bit. So he's
He's Moses.
He's Moses. And I'm going to play a little thing of it here if I can find it. Oh, just a little thing, and then we'll play our outro for you. And we hope to see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow night at 7.
Moses, you want out? Huh? Out? Okay, you want out? Moses wants to go out. Out? Okay. Okay, go get a mouse. It's cold outside and it's raining. You sure you want to stay outside? Huh? You want to come back in? Moses. You want to... Oh, that scared her.